All right, let's just dive right into this explainer. Today, we're unpacking a really fascinating initiative from the Samanvaya group and Starbus Tech. We're looking at how they're attempting to completely transform Indian agriculture and honestly, rural commerce as a whole through a platform called Harvest2Basket. If you've ever wondered how technology can actually reach the grassroots level to create, sustainable local economies, well, this is exactly what we're going to explore.
And the source material makes one thing absolutely clear right from the get-go. This isn't just another e-commerce platform trying to sell you groceries. As the original Kannada phrasing so beautifully puts it, this is a movement. It's a hugely ambitious national push to digitally empower India's rural economy. They aren't just writing software here. They're literally trying to build an entirely new socio-economic framework.
Which brings us to Section 1, the rural disconnect. We need to look at the challenges in traditional agriculture sales.
So to understand why this platform even exists, we first have to look at the systemic issues plaguing traditional rural marketplaces. Today, farmers and rural entrepreneurs face this massive structural disconnect. They get trapped in this endless chain of middlemen, who frankly end up taking the lion's share of the profits. This leaves the actual producers with abnormally low prices for all their hard work. And on top of that, they have absolutely zero market visibility, no modern marketing tools, and literally no digital identity. They are completely cut off from the direct consumers who are actually buying their stuff.
Moving on to Section 2, a digital marketplace movement. Enter Harvest2Basket.
To solve these exact pain points, the Samanvaya group introduced Harvest2Basket, and they explicitly built it as a comprehensive digital empowerment platform. The diversity of who this connects is just incredible. On one side, you have your producers, right? Farmers, organic growers, women's self-help groups, and local home-based micro-businesses. Then, on the other side, they aren't just targeting single shoppers. They're building this massive marketplace that connects producers directly to everyday consumers, sure, but also to institutional buyers like hotels, schools, hospitals, and even large apartment associations. It's really about opening up entirely new, high-volume markets for rural producers.
All right, Section 3, how the platform works, from rural farm to digital storefront.
The crucial point here is understanding the mechanics behind it all. I mean, it sounds great in theory, but how does the rural vendor actually get onboarded? The flow is designed for absolute simplicity, because we're talking about users who might be interacting with digital commerce for the very first time. First, the producer registers and gets verified. Then, they just upload photos of their products and group them into custom baskets. Instantly, the system generates a fully functional digital storefront for them. But step 4 is where the magic really happens. The vendor downloads a custom QR code.
And this perfectly illustrates their core innovation, the QR-powered digital brochure. It essentially merges the offline and online worlds for rural sellers. Instead of just hoping someone happens to stumble upon their website, the platform automatically generates this beautiful printable brochure for the farmer. It features their unique QR code, acting as a direct bridge from a physical piece of paper in a local village straight to a digital storefront in the cloud.
Let's walk through what that actually looks like for the buyer. The farmer takes that printed brochure and displays it at a local market or maybe hands it to a bulk buyer. The customer simply scans the code with their smartphone. Immediately, without downloading any new apps, a direct WhatsApp chat or a custom website pops open. The customer can see the farmer-specific catalog and place an order right then and there. No middlemen, no interference, just a pure direct transaction.
Now, placing the order is super seamless, but that begs a massively important question for rural digital commerce. Getting an order is one thing, but how on earth do the products actually reach the buyers across the country?
What's incredibly smart here is that Harvest2Basket doesn't force some single rigid delivery method onto these small producers. They offer a ton of flexibility. A local vendor can just choose self-delivery if they're, say, dropping goods off at a nearby apartment complex. But the system also integrates with private third-party logistics partners. And even more impressively, the whole architecture is structurally designed for future integration with massive nationwide networks like India Post, which already reaches the absolute most remote villages out there.
Section 4, changing the marketplace model. H2B versus traditional e-commerce.
It's really interesting to contrast Harvest2Basket with the traditional e-commerce giants we're all used to. Think about those traditional marketplaces. They're all about generic product listings, right? If you buy a tomato, you have no idea who grew it. The seller's identity is completely hidden behind the platform's brand, and the focus is strictly on the transaction itself. Harvest2Basket totally flips this model upside down. They prioritize vendor-branded storefronts, which gives every single producer a distinct, independent digital identity. The platform works to promote the farmer's brand, not just its own, focusing on long-term business growth for the micro-entrepreneur.
Okay, Section 5. Empowering the local economy. Community-driven growth and rural employment.
Let's zoom out and look at the broader impact, because this initiative is intended to go way beyond just the agricultural producers themselves. To get thousands of rural producers onto a digital platform, you need boots on the ground. So they've built this structured affiliate program that actually creates local employment. Students, fresh grads, homemakers, and rural youth can step up as local coordinators. Their job? Help local vendors register, teach them how to use their QR codes, and just support their digital adoption. In return, they earn commissions. It literally transforms digital onboarding into a community-driven job creation engine.
This creates this holistic social impact, where every single participant in the ecosystem gets a distinct, measurable benefit. Farmers get their digital identity and direct sales. Bulk buyers, like those schools and hotels we mentioned, get quality goods and reduced procurement costs by skipping the middlemen. Rural youth get tech-oriented jobs. And ultimately, the local economy retains its wealth, creating a cycle of sustainable growth rather than having profits siphoned off to corporate middlemen. And finally, Section 6, the visionary future, scaling the digital agriculture movement.
So where does this all go from here? Looking forward, the baseline platform is really just the start. The Samanvaya Group is planning to integrate some seriously advanced tech. We're talking about AI-powered demand prediction to tell farmers exactly what crops will sell best next season. They're developing multilingual voice ordering systems to completely break down literacy barriers. Add to that integrated cold chain warehousing, specialized education modules, and eventually the infrastructure to allow these local micro-entrepreneurs to export their goods globally. It's absolutely huge.
The source material concludes its vision with this incredibly powerful thought: a farmer's dream, a seller's future, a buyer's trust. It just beautifully captures the emotional and societal core of Harvest2Basket's overarching mission. It's a great reminder that at the center of all this cloud architecture, AI, and QR codes, there are real people just looking for a fair marketplace.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with this fascinating question to ponder. If this model succeeds, if we can truly bypass the traditional middlemen, how will providing a distinct digital identity to every single rural producer reshape the entire future of global agriculture? It's a massive concept, and it's playing out right now. Thanks so much for joining me to explore this incredible source material, and keep questioning how technology can empower the ground level.